Hello YouTubers, subscribers, this is PFC Romero coming at you with many educational videos on reef tanks and saltwater maintenance. Just a little background about the tank. I obtained this tank roughly about 2 years ago. Believe it or not, this is 150 gallons, and I got this tank on Craigslist for 600 bucks. Yeah, it was a deal I couldn't pass up when I saw it, when I was interested in getting into saltwater tanks, and I definitely look forward to expanding more in this hobby. For the most part, everything, I've had my ups and downs while beginning this tank, as we all have, I'm sure. It's all come into many different types of problems, such as algae blooms, fish diseases, fish and invertebrates not being compatible with each other, and it's kind of a learning experience. It's something that all of us have to go through at some point in our saltwater hobby, unless of course you're probably getting it done professionally, but even then you still have problems. Just to talk a little bit about the tank here, I really haven't put any corals in my tank. As you can see, there's a couple of mushrooms, there's an elephant ear at the bottom. There are two anemones here, one bubble tip and one carpet. The carpet's located all the way in the far left in the back. You can't see him, he's behind some rocks. And my bubble tip currently right now is splitting, so it doesn't look it doesn't look like it should, but it's actually splitting right now. So I'll have to figure out if I want to keep another anemone in the tank or try to see if I can probably sell it. I'll probably sell it just due to the fact that it's just another anemone I have to worry about trying to locate around, and I really don't want to put up with having to deal with it being in a place that I don't like. For fish, you can see a bunch of my beautiful angels swimming around. You got a blueface angel, and there's a Koran angel right there underneath the rocks. Got a yellow tang, a blue hippo tang, and my favorite is the naso tang. That's naso, by the way. And for blue-green chromis, they don't really do much. I bought them because I thought they would school together, but they kind of just swim off and do their own thing. Go figure, right? Anyway, in this tank is powered by 4 high-door evolutions controlled by a smart wave. I also have just recently set up a Neptune Apex controller. It's all best, one of the best things you could invest in my opinion. For the most part, I'm trying to understand the concepts of being able to network out of home. I have it set up so I can control it on my computer, on my iPhone, but it's turning out to be quite a hassle trying to figure that out. That's something I definitely wish Neptune would be able to figure or make it easier on somebody that doesn't have an IT degree. Look at all of them swimming around happily. So this is just the beginning video. I do plan on sharing and reviewing some of the products and equipment that I have in this video. You'll be able to see my sump with all the equipment that I'm using. I actually got to go pick some up at the UPS office. I was on vacation for a little while, and they were trying to deliver it, and I had to schedule to pick it up at the warehouse. So I got to go do that later. The rocks, the rock work was all done by me. Getting a lot of coralline algae growth, which I'm very pleased about it, because when I first got this, when I bought this from the gentleman on Craigslist, it had a little bit of growth of coralline algae. He was using T5 lighting when he sold it to me. I didn't like the T5 lighting as it produced a lot of heat, and viewing the tank, it seemed kind of bland, kind of plain. It wasn't really exciting looking at the tank, because it just kind of looked like I was staring at a picture at a wall. I've since upgraded to different types. I was on a roller coaster financially. My wife was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and we hit a financial hardship. During that time frame, I went from T5s, and then I purchased the Ecotech Radions with TIR lens upgrades. When she was diagnosed, we had so many medical bills. It was ridiculous. It was just overwhelming for us. Since then, I had to sell my Radions in order to help pay for some of the costs of my wife being out of work when she was in the hospital, and medical bills. During that time, I had a lot of LPS corals in my tank. I had, I had a green torch coral, some of the star polyps, as well as a couple hammer corals. I had one pink hammer coral and one of the metallic greens. I sold some of them, however, I guess during the time a lot of people weren't buying things as far as coral wise, so a lot of them just kind of stayed in my tank. I tried to do the best I could to try to supplement the lights. I left my living room light on, tried to do anything to at least give the corals a little something. I had my blinds open. Hopefully the natural sunlight would do it, and they lasted for a while, but just due to the fact that there was no lights on the aquarium, eventually some of them died off. I was kind of bummed out about it, but you know, there's nothing you can really do about it. That elephant ear that's on the sand bed right there, that thing's a beast, I'll tell you. This elephant ear, same with the orange mushrooms, they survived through it all. They were actually translucent by the time I was able to get some form of lighting on my tank. You could see clearly through them. It was kind of weird looking. They almost looked like a jellyfish. When I was able to start getting back on my feet, I originally purchased two of the 48-incher Marineland LEDs, the switch ones, not the integrated timer, because it was all I could afford at the time. I bought them used on eBay, and I want to say roughly about 2 months into having those lights, obviously dosing forms of supplements, the color in these mushrooms started coming back, and I was really pleased with that. Everything's doing well, everything's expanding out, so I'm very happy with that. I want to add more corals into my tank. However, as of right now, I'm going to hold off on this because I'm currently in the process of trying to obtain another job outside of the state. I'm actually planning to hopefully try to obtain some employment out in Las Vegas. There's or just Nevada in general. There's a couple opportunities out there for me. So we'll see how that goes. If I get hired there, then this whole thing is going to have to come with me. And currently, with the amount of livestock that I have, fish are a lot hardier than corals. So I really don't see any point in investing in any if there's a chance that they might die along the trip. Currently found a mover, or I should say an aquarium specialist that will assist me in moving. Some of you may have seen their Facebook post, Acrylic Pros. A gentleman gave me a good quote on moving my entire system, so I'll probably take him up on that offer once I've obtained some form of employment. And the move won't happen for a while, so in the meantime I'll be able to do some more videos, and then I will do a special series of episodes of the tank breakdown, the moving, and setting it back up. I want to eventually, over time, I want to get a bigger tank, as we all do. Given how well everything is turning out now, I'd like to move to roughly maybe 500 to 600 gallons. That's if the wife allows it. We just came back from SeaWorld, and there was probably a couple 20,000 gallons, and I asked her if I could have one. You can imagine her answer on that one. But for the most part, yeah, I'll stick with this for a while. This is actually, as a matter of fact, I'll probably keep this one if I do move up. So I'll have two tanks. Obviously, I'll have the bigger displayed one in our living room, and then this one, the 150 gallon, will probably go in our bedroom or something along the lines of that. As far as keeping it saltwater, haven't quite figured out if that's the way I'm gonna go. More than likely I will, just because I've gotten into this hobby. I put a lot of money into it, money of all the equipment and everything, so I'll just hold on to those. Given from what I know from when I first started, I originally started off with a 34 gallon Nano, and that was a complete and utter disaster. Getting into the hobby, you watch videos on YouTube. One of my biggest mentors was New York Stilo on YouTube. He helped to educate me in the saltwater tank maintenance area. Just watching his videos, I was able to get a general idea of what I had to do in order to keep a saltwater tank, and I appreciate that. So a big shout out to New York Stilo on that. And to going around, it was just a hassle with the 34 gallon Nano though. Some of the issues I came across was I just didn't have enough flow in the tank. I didn't realize that not having enough flow could lead to cyano outbreaks. I did purchase a Ecotech MP10, but it just wasn't enough, and I didn't realize that the rock work that I had, it was just small, so the rock work was kind of almost like it was just dumped in the tank. I mean, I did the best I could to try to space it out but the amount of room I had, it just wasn't working out. Needless to say that the tank was pretty much crashed. I sold the tank and all the livestock and corals that I did have in it when I did notice that the tank was starting to slip. I did everything I possibly could with the budget I had at the time, and it was absolutely probably one of the worst things I could have done as far as investment wise. I had to sell it, and so I sold it on Craigslist, and obviously I didn't get what I paid into it, so but at least I got something out of it. Watching videos, obviously, from New York Stilo, Mr. Saltwater Tank, LA Fish Guys, Jim Stein, just going around, and then other posters with their videos, just learning the tools and tricks and of how to successfully keep a tank. And one of the biggest things people mentioned was bigger is better. Going a bigger tank is definitely a lot easier than having a smaller tank. With what I know now, I could definitely keep a nano tank. It's all, I've learned so much in this hobby, as far as maintaining water parameters and just how to keep a healthy environment overall. This tank is my pride and joy as far as my hobby wise. I love doing maintenance on the tank and going around, and everybody that comes to my apartment, they obviously is talk of the town. They see how well I'm keeping this tank, and so I'm pleased. If they are enjoying it, then I'm happy, because that means I'm doing my job correctly and making sure everything is growing and is healthy. So, going around trying to figure out exactly what would be my next step as to just maintaining the tank. I try my best to be on top of things, but sometimes it's just so busy. So that's where the whole automation of the programmers and timers and controlling of the light systems, it just really comes in handy, because obviously we can't be around our tanks 24/7, even though most of us would like to. And on top of that, just being aware of what could go wrong. It's always a good idea to have a plan of what can go wrong. I myself have had leakage issues before with one of my pieces of equipment, and I think I solved the issue, but for the longest time it was giving me a hassle, and I didn't like that very much. So you always got to be prepared for the unexpected, as we all know, especially for those of you that go on vacation. You'll leave and everything will be in perfect working condition. When you come back, it could just complete destruction of your tank. It's like everything looks beautiful now, and next thing you know, you got dead fish, or you got fish that are sick. Corals don't look so good. So it's just one step after the other. But at the same time, it's also kind of the exciting part about it, is that you never know what you're gonna get. So you have to be a quick thinker. You have to come up with solutions to issues, and that's probably what I think people love about maintaining a saltwater tank, is the fact that they're constantly always trying to improve their tanks. They're going around, whether it be automating it, adding new types of livestock to it. Everybody's trying to improve on their tank. And given with what I have and what I know now, I'm just pleased to be able to maintain a saltwater tank and not have the issues I had when I first started off. So this is just PFC Romero 101 coming at you with just a quick brief on the tank, and I will plan on producing many more videos to come. I hope you all enjoyed this, and if you enjoyed it, I would appreciate you giving a like. And for those that are just viewing this, if you could just subscribe. I do plan on making more videos of this and all my equipment that I have. So thank you very much for taking the time to view this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Peace.